Hi everyone. Well, Radical Gardener Friday, and what is the date? I don't know. Who cares? The 8th, the 9th. It's something like that. It's May, and the restaurants have all opened up along the waterfront, and I'm sitting at Cool Beans Coffee Shop, and it's right on the water. And they have smoothies. I'm drinking a blueberry smoothie. I'm just saying, life is pretty damn good in Florida. You know, when I said I was going to move down to Florida, I cannot tell you how many people told me they hated Florida. And I was like, wow, what would there be to hate Florida? And even the days where it was really humid, because that seems to be the, you know, what everyone sort of focuses on. I mean, I really found it tolerable. First of all, when you live like 3 miles from the ocean and you have a swimming pool, who cares if it's humid, and air conditioning? Even the air conditioning went out. I just float around in the pool all day. So anyways, it's amazing. I'm not going to talk for a minute. I want you just to take in the ocean for those of you who are a little bit landlocked and had some snow yesterday. So here we go. So anyways, a little bit ocean therapy for you. You know, I was in the garden today, and the garden in Florida, or gardening in Florida as opposed to gardening in Michigan, it is really a sharp learning curve, let me tell you. I can see where I should be more focused on gardening in the fall than coming into the summer. It is so hot, and it's so hot for the little seedlings and for things to grow. And you know, I actually dug up 3 things today. This didn't look like they were going to do well. I mean, things that I can usually grow, and it's just harsh. And another thing that I'm finding out, oh, I'm sorry, I've got my hand in the way. Another thing that I'm finding out is, like, you know, I use a third peat moss in my soil mixture. Like, I use a third soil, a third compost, and a third peat moss. But I'm not going to use the peat moss down here because it's so dry, and I want to just keep things where I can keep them pretty moist. So instead, what I've gone to is done a soil that is pretty moist, an organic soil, and then I've added worm casting, which is, you know, moist and light and more fluffier. So I've been adding that into the garden bed. So I may be just completely starting over. Now, a couple things are doing really well, and they're more tropical. My pineapple looks fantastic. So I may grow pineapples. My sorry, a lot of motorcycles, but it makes it all really cool down here. I love it. It just shows everybody's alive and out, just enjoying life, and it's just so needed after all that stupid trauma that we were forced to experience. So I'm going to look at things that are, you know, that are tropical and grow those. My 1,000 head kale is doing fine. My radishes are doing fine. You know, some of my onions, actually my scallions are doing better than my onions are doing. You know, I just have to keep paying attention. I just planted eggplant and okra. Okra loves the heat. You know, my Datali peppers are doing great. But I'm not a big pepper eater. Green peppers and red peppers I love, but I don't like hot peppers. So, you know, even though they'll do well down here, it's not something I'm going to eat. So, you know, I told Joe, you know, if I grow 10 things, and, you know, and they're things that we eat and they grow well down here, then that's what I'm going to grow. I mean, the point for me to have a garden anyways is to have food that I can eat. And besides the fact that I'm gardening. I mean, I don't care what I'm planting as long as I've got my hands in soil. So I'm going to be looking at, different flowers and just cactuses, and I'm just going to grow anything that I can grow and just see how it ends up. Like my cactuses, my pear cactuses, well, I can eat that, and they're delicious, right? So, I'm just going to have to refocus. But I was a little down today when I saw what was going on with my garden, and I went, wait a minute. You know what? This is a learning curve, and what am I wasting? I'm not wasting anything. That's a package of seeds that I bought last year. Who cares, right? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I'm sharing this with you for, this channel really started out for people that didn't know how to prep, and for new gardeners, people that were in an urban environment and that they were planting in containers and just how to create an oasis in your urban environment. And so my channel is really morphed. I don't really talk about prepping anymore. There's 1,000 prepping channels, and besides, I've got my whole theory about prepping these days. I think we have some basic things, and you just leave it. It gets into where you're always in this kind of state of angst and state of apprehension, and I'm not into it. I learned a lot. It was great. I got a lot of food, enough food to last me for 20 years. I got enough noodles to last me for 3 months. I've got rice for days. I mean, I have enough food. So, I just didn't feel like I wanted to continue on so much with the prepping. So, the channel's really morphed along with me. And the other subject that I used to really love to talk about was the grand solar minimum. But honestly, there's so many channels that's their whole focus, and they're so good at it, like Jake and Mari, and Ice Age Farmer, and David Dubine, and Diamond. That's their thing, and so I mean, what was I going to bring to the table? But I have to say, one of the main reasons I wanted to come south, besides the fact that I wanted to garden all the time and garden year round, and the city of Berkeley up in Michigan wouldn't give me permission to build a greenhouse. So I said, hell with that, I'm out of here. But one of the main reasons for leaving is so that to get out of what was going to be an increasingly cold environment. And you're already seeing these odd, really weird polar vortexes dipping down in May, and that's going to continue, you guys. That's going to get worse. Should you panic? No, but you should be prepared for it, and you better garden accordingly and know how to protect your food, and maybe have a couple of small miniature greenhouses if you can do it. So so the GSM, I kind of left that behind. So really what it's morphed into is just, this channel is a reflection of who and what I am. I love to think, I love to problem solve. I'm a huge fan of thinkers like William Clark and Rudolf Steiner and Rupert Sheldrake and Joseph Campbell, and that I really want to move into that and talk about different philosophies, and how does the world really work, and just ask really big questions, and then also just share some of my gardening escapades, and eventually I want to interview people and really have intelligent discourses. And so I want this channel to really morph and just grow along with me, as you see many channels do, right? So I just wanted to share that with you. I just can't get over how beautiful it is today. Oh my God, it is so beautiful out. It's 82, there's no humidity, and there's this really brisk breeze. It is so beautiful. People are so friendly here. Flagler Beach, Palm Coast. What a great area. And the beaches are never crowded. I mean, it's just such a gem of a place. And if you just go down to Daytona, which isn't very far from here, it's packed, right? I'm looking, they're seating people like every other table so they don't sit close together. Oh my God. Whatever. Yeah. What a crazy couple of months, you guys. Have you ever seen so much fear in your entire life? Ever? Oh, God. It was really hard to be sane through that because you just kept seeing so much stupid. If I was one of the stupid ones, it would have been easier, you know? Anyway, well, that's fear. You know how that works. Okay, well, anyways, I'm going to be heading back in about an hour. I'm going to head down to the beach. Actually, I'm here because little B's getting his doggy cut. So there's a groomer right next door. She's great. She's fantastic. He likes her, so it's all good. God, there's sailboats out on the ocean. So beautiful. Okay, well, I'm rambling, but it's a good ramble, right? Okay, Radical Gardener. From my garden to yours. May your garden always grow. You know I'm sending you a ton of love because you all deserve it. Okay, you guys, hang in there. Bye.